For the past 4 months, I've been taking a social media sabbatical to focus on my mental health, which I have to say, it kind of hit rock bottom earlier this year. When I made the decision to step away from YouTube, I was in no conditions at all to make a video like this. I just want you guys to know that I am really grateful for all the love and all the support that we receive here, both Adam and I. So the reason why I didn't record this before, it wasn't for lack of appreciation at all. It was really because I was going through a rough time, and back then I felt like recording anything was something physically and emotionally impossible for me.
It's good.
It's no secret that for the past 3 years, both Adam and I have been working really hard on ourselves and also on our relationship. It's no secret also that after we came here to the US and after we got married, we've had some very challenging years. We've been addressing those things in therapy, and we've been trying to support each other as best as we can. But I do have to say that I did get lost in the whole process of trying to be a supportive husband. And I have to be clear about this because this is totally on me. It's my responsibility to keep a sense of self while trying to support those that I love and not getting lost in the whole turmoil and the whole situation. That's been a pattern my whole life, ever since I was a little boy. So obviously, when we're way too focused on other people's well-being, other people's feelings, we end up forgetting about ourselves. And that's what happened to me. And throughout the years, I ended up bottling up a bunch of emotions. I ended up neglecting a lot of my own needs. And those things, they all need to manifest themselves somehow. They need to be seen, they need to be acknowledged, and they need to be addressed. So last year, it was very clear to me how much my mental health was declining. It was very obvious, even though I was trying to mask it, even though I was hoping those feelings would eventually go away. They didn't. Each month, it kept getting harder to record a video. It kept getting harder to go on trips. And then October last year, not surprisingly, I was diagnosed with severe depression and severe anxiety. Still then, I didn't make enough changes in my life to improve my mental health state. I wasn't upfront about everything that I was feeling, not with my family, not with friends, and even with Adam. I wasn't 100% clear about how bad things were. Earlier this year, I would say probably in January, that's when the bubble burst. And that's when everything came crashing down. And I was in this weird, never felt before state. I was completely numb. I was completely detached from myself. I felt like I was in this constant, weird dream state, which was super uncomfortable. And I just couldn't function anymore. I was really just dragging myself to do the basic things. And that's when finally, after talking with Adam and having his full support, and also after talking with our couples counselor, I came to the decision of stepping away completely from social media, at least for a while. A couple of weeks later, I could already sense my anxiety levels going down. The weather here in Portland obviously didn't help at all. Winters here are hard. That's something biological. So I couldn't stand looking at the gray skies. I would close the blinds from the bedroom so I wouldn't have to look outside when it was raining, when it was all gray. I didn't want to go outside at all. And after stepping away from social media and feeling a little bit better, that's when I had the idea of maybe going on a solo trip, going somewhere sunny. And I needed the sun. I needed to see the beach. And I talked about this with Adam. Again, he was fully supportive. We talked about this in couples counseling. Again, our therapist, she said that was a good idea. I booked myself a flight to Mexico. I spent 15 days there. I didn't go to Brazil because I don't think that was the time for me to be with friends or family. I really needed some time to see the world through my own lenses. I needed to be by myself to feel my own feelings and my own emotions without having to perform, without having to mask anything, and get in touch with myself again. I went to Mexico. In a matter of days, I saw my mood completely change. The sun helped, obviously, but also having the chance to stick with those feelings and allow them to come up, and not having to act in a certain way, I think that helped a lot. Adam and I, we never broke up throughout this whole process. We were together then, we're together now. There was never a moment where we broke up. I'm in a much better place now. I've been taking care of myself. I'm trying to establish a better sense of self, a more defined identity, if that makes any sense. So I'll keep working on that, and I don't think that coming back to social media at this moment would be very conducive to figuring out who I am. And if I do decide to come back, I believe that's going to happen gradually. But for now, I'm not going to be really part of the process of coming up with concepts for videos, shooting, and editing. I told Adam that I don't mind appearing on some shots.
I'm sure most of y'all didn't know the word strode.
So I'm still around. I'm just not fully invested in this. But yeah, you guys will still see me around. All right? I just want to reinforce that I really appreciate all the love that I've received here throughout all these years. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope this all made sense. And see you. Beijos. Bye-bye.